Kind of weird, kind of cool. I kind of like it. Let's get into it. Let's talk about it on the Rant and Ride.
Look what happened. I woke up in a big old puddle of money. Hey, all you KTM guys, come on. I'm Team Warren. Don't think I'm coming down on you. I, on the other hand, and you on the other hand, and a lot of people on the other hand, why don't we have a 450? As a competitor, do a lot of ice.
But here's my thinking.
Hey guys, Joe here, 690ADV, 690 Garage, 690ADV.com. What's going on? How has your week been? Friday, good day, because it's a cold beer day. Anyway, intro. Ain't no Honda, ain't no Yamaha, ain't no KTM, definitely ain't no Suzuki, no BMW. Heck, you all know. I ain't telling you nothing you don't already know. I love this bike, man. Royal Enfield Himalayan. Check that out, man. Look at that bike. It's kind of weird. It's kind of goofy, but it's kind of cool looking. Am I wrong? I kind of like the look of it. It's definitely a pretty neat looking bike. I didn't really know a whole lot about that bike, and I was like, you know what, I gotta dig into this bike a little bit because it's so new. And the question is with it being so new, what do you guys think? Will it last? Will it make it? Because I know it's coming to the US. It's coming. They're bringing it 2019, man, 2019. They're saying it's gonna have it here in the United States of America, and they're gonna start selling them. I've heard some good and I've heard some bad. Now, if anybody out there that's watching the video knows any real good, credible data on this bike, man, comment up, please. Get in there and comment up, and let's get a buzz going, because I want to get some cool info on this motorcycle. Because it's kind of weird. It's a 411cc bike, so it's not a powerhouse by any stretch of the imagination. It's a 5-speed. It's fuel injected in any country other than India. I found that out. In India, you get carburetor. Something to do with the emissions, but if you're in India, you get carburetor. Anywhere else, you're going to get fuel injected 5-speed with that bike. It's a constant mesh, or a wet, or something like that. It's only got like 8.5 inches of ground clearance, and I know they're promoting this bike like it's a travel off-road bike. At 8.5 inches of clearance, I don't really know. Now, I've seen some videos on it, and it's went through some pretty gnarly stuff. I mean, some big rocks, some Jeep trails, some single track and stuff like that, and it did a really good job. But what I did hear is that you really had to keep those RPMs up, and that the first and second gear, which are usually your bread and butter for your off-road bikes, you had to keep the RPMs up. Had to keep them up. They're saying like 2-stroke, keep them up. You got to literally keep that thing just revving hard. You got to rev it hard. So, to me, with it being 400cc, okay, 400cc bike, and 8.5 inches of clearance, it does have a 31.5 inch seat height. So that puts it at a nice, where you can kind of ski the bike if you need to. And it's really for just about anybody in that height range. And it's got 4 gallons of gas, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good. But I think the biggest kicker on this bike is its price. Have anybody out there seen the price on this bike? On screen, $44.99. Now, are they going to be able to keep that price in the U.S.? Man, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to be able to do it. I mean, just, you know, with the import and all that stuff, this is an Indian motorcycle manufacturer. It was British, but I think they sold out or something. It's a really, really old manufacturer. As a matter of fact, one of the oldest. 1905, I think, is when they started it. And their big claim to fame is this Bullet motorcycle. It's a street motorcycle. And I think it was 300 and something cc's, but for back in that day, it was a beast from what I understand. But I don't know enough about it, and I don't really know a lot about this Royal Enfield. But you look at it and you're like, goofy, cool, I kind of get it. I really do kind of get it. And it comes with side crash bars right down on the sides over there, you know, on both sides. And they even say you can hook up roto packs to those, which is really cool. But that price, $4,400, $4,500, brand new with a warranty and all that, that just seems like a banging deal. What about the longevity of it? There's a Harley guy. Cool. What about the maintenance of that bike? They're saying this is an all-day cruiser bike that you can just get out and ride, and it's just made to get off the beaten path. That's what they're claiming. But here's the deal: the bike was prototyped in 2014. All right, 2014 prototype. The final build came in 2015. Didn't even get released until 2016. Now, I've heard mixed reviews. If you know more than I do, and most people know more than I do, I know a lot. I just don't know everything. But if you got some good info on this bike, give it to me, because I don't think there's enough out there on this bike for new and experienced riders. I really don't. I don't think there's enough info, because I don't know if I would buy one or not. I don't know enough about that engine. I don't know enough about all of it, actually. But I do know that it is a 5-speed. It's got an 8.5 inches of clearance, 4 gallons of gas. It's got a 21-inch front tire, a 17-inch rear, very much like your KLR or a DR650. Not the DR400 that I was very corrected on as a 2118, and I will never make that mistake again, you DR guys. And it's got armor put on that bike from the get-go, and it just looks kind of cool. And that 31-inch seat height is really kind of cool for guys and girls. Definitely this could be a new rider bike to get into it, and it's not going to break the bank. I mean, are you kidding me? A 411cc bike for $4,400, $4,500? What a deal. I just think that's a win. I really do. I think that's a win at that price. And it sounds grunty, man. Go check it out on YouTube. Go look at some of the videos of these guys riding that bike. It's got a little bit of down grunt to it. I heard that it doesn't do very well in sand. It has a very difficult time in sand because the gears are long in first and second. I'm sure you could probably change that with a sprocket or something like that. But out of the gate, I think that it's going to struggle a little bit. But overall, I think it's kind of a neat bike, and I really wanted to have a rant and ride on it and talk about it, because, you know, this channel is not for me. It's just from all of my years of riding and seeing how people are out in it and how other riders treat people. And I just want to build that community of everybody helping everybody. And everybody has been helping everybody on the channel. And thank you so much to everybody. I know I say it every week, and I'm going to say it every week after every week after every week. When you guys get on and make comments that are awesome comments, and you're helping everybody else out, because it's needed out in the community. And I love dual sport, and I love it that it's growing like mad. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate everything. Anyway, back to the rant and ride. Royal Enfield Himalayan weighs 400 pounds. 400 pounds. Now, tell me what you think. Is that too heavy for a 400cc bike? I mean, I think it's a little heavy when you compare it to, like, say, a DRZ 400 or something like that, because it's definitely going to be a lighter bike. But, you know, it's not horrible. It's not horrible. You know, packing it up, how's it going to handle on that? The question is, do you have any info? And if you do, and we do have subscribers that are overseas, and I know they've seen them before we're going to see them, chime in. Please, chime in. I want to hear more about this bike, because I just think, I think it could make a statement. I do. I think it could get some traction here in the United States. I think that it could definitely get some new riders, definitely some female riders, and maybe even a few, older riders, and maybe some, just some, crazy experienced riders that just want to test it out. And at $4,000, I mean, I just don't think you could lose. I really don't. I don't think you can lose on that bike. And it's got to get decent gas mileage, fuel injected, 5-speed. I mean, it's got to be decent. But anyway, I'd like to get a little buzz going about this bike because, I know there's a lot of guys out there that are going to give me some really good information on it, and it's going to help me know a little bit more about it. And I'm going to dig into it because I am looking for a bike for my wife. And there are a few of them out there, and if you guys have some suggestions for my wife, she's 5'9", so she's kind of tall for a girl, but this is kind of falls in line. I know you hear me talking about girls. Girls are coming, guys. Girls are coming in the dual sport world, whether we like it or not. It doesn't matter. They're out there, and the younger generation is really stepping up to the plate, getting into our sport. And I think it's awesome because the more people get into it, the louder we yell, the cooler stuff that we're going to get in motorcycles and gear and all the extra stuff that we've been screaming about for all these years. So, but that's what I'm doing. I'm looking for my wife, and she's not real experienced. She's ridden, she rides our dirt bikes and stuff like that. So this Royal Enfield Himalayan is definitely in the running for it. Now that XT250 that I rode, she's been eyeballing it because it's our friends of Storymoto ADV. It's Bonnie's bike, and she sat on it and she really likes it. She just likes the way it feels. So we're definitely going to be in the market here for too much longer to find her a bike, her own bike. And she likes the CRF, but it's a little too tall. So at a 35-inch seat height, or 34 and change, it's just a little too tall. But this Himalayan, 31 inches, 31.4, I think is what they said. That's really pretty good. That's pretty good seat height, especially for the girls and stuff. 24 horsepower is what they're claiming. So it's not going to be too crazy. It's not going to get away from her or get out of control. It's not going to be a speed demon by any stretch of the imagination. So yeah, any comments? I mean, and like I said, even in there, let me know about the Himalayan and maybe another bike that you might be thinking of that'd be great for if you were going to get a bike for your wife. So, and I'd love to do a rant and ride, and that's what we're going to talk about, and we'll get all of the suggestions of all the bikes that we're thinking, and we'll let you guys maybe help pick the bike for her, and we could do that as a fun little video if anybody thinks that would be kind of cool. So, anyway, we're almost back. I'm Joe, 690 ADV, 690 Garage, Royal Enfield Himalayan. What do you guys think? Comments, let me know about it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go right over there and click that subscribe button, man. I would really appreciate it. And, like I said, we're growing like mad. We're sending those stickers out, so don't forget, go to our website, 690adv.com, fill out the little form that's on the front, and definitely go do that. And we're mailing stickers every week out. We've got a bunch that have been going out. And if you like any of the things that I have on any of my channels, I'm going to start having an affiliate link that you guys can go and click, and you can go buy and you can pick it up for just about as cheap as anything. And it helps the channel out. It helps us grow. And it'll help us get to a certain point to where we can do a lot more and start giving some stuff away, because that's what we're working on, is we're working on trying to get it to where we have some really cool stuff and give it away. I'm not doing this channel to make money. I'm doing this channel so that I can basically put gas in this bike, all the other bikes, and hopefully eventually get to the point to where if we get something, we'll test it, we'll tell you what it's all about, we're going to give it to you. Somebody's going to get it. So, but I appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we can't do it without you, because this channel really is about you. It's not about me. And like I said, Royal Enfield Himalayan, let me know what you think. Put it in the comments. Hit subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. We appreciate you, man. You guys have a great weekend. 690 out.